Welcome back from the break. A new look means that the guest is right here. And today feels like take your daughter to school day because I am over the moon to be hosting the gentleman right to my left because he is my former lecturer, and we did not get to discuss whether he is over the moon to see me as well. But when I have him seated here, I have been thinking about the journey that it has been when it comes to journalism. I made the decision to go into journalism right after my Form 6. I had had very many dreams, but that is the one that stuck out over the years. And going to journalism school, I was proud to know that I could be a voice to the voiceless, that I could be someone who could stand for something that many people were shy about. Lately, it is not the case. We see that influencers and TikTokers are taking on. As long as you have the numbers, then a media house can give you a shot at it. For I and other people who have gone to journalism school, we may not be that lucky, and it really makes me sad. So today we're going to be talking about the future of Uganda's media. And on that note, I remind you that we are streaming live on YouTube, and you can be able to follow the conversation there. But also we have the Doxa app, and it is live. That means you get to watch the show live, Dream TV live, and Impact FM live. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my former lecturer, a cinematographer, a film and TV producer, Mr. Mulwanyi Andrew, is in the building with me. I cannot believe it. Good morning.
Good morning.
So do I just say Andrew? Do I say Mr.? How will this work?
Just Andrew.
Andrew. Good morning, Andrew. It's so good to have you on the show.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
And you are telling me that this is the first time you've done a TV interview, despite being behind very many sets. So how does it feel?
It feels it is something peculiar to me because we are most times behind the camera.
Yes.
You know, we are in the background most times. So coming at the front of the camera or front of the scene, it is something I'm just doing for the first time.
Yeah. I am humbled that you chose your first time with us, and we hope
with
that
Doxa.
you'll have with Doxa, and I hope that you'll have a great time. Now, I have given a small background that you are my lecturer, so you have been able to usher a few people just like me into the journalism space. The journalism that you set up for people like me and other students, is that the world that you see right now?
Things have changed. First of all, I must say I'm very, 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 very proud that of what you are today. Yeah, you have moved a very huge step from the time when you were at school and where you are today. You're now hosting me here. You know, one of our key roles that journalists have is to help people lead a better life, healthy life, an informative life, you know. Yes. And you sitting here and talk to people, you give them what's new, what's happening, what's trending, and what's what. It's something that's really paramount. The journalism trend has changed lately. We have different forms of journalism. Yes. Yeah? And one of them is what we call citizen journalism. Then it was something that people never embraced so much, or they never did so much. Yes. Today now we have almost everyone, even a maid at home, everyone is a journalist today. Yes. Then we used to have people who had gone to school, they had studied the scope, you know. They know what to do, they know the ethics, they know the what. But lately we have every Tom, Dick and Harry in journalism, and they purport themselves to be, they call themselves journalists because they hold a camera or they come and film something and then they put it on social media. They feel they are journalists. I'm really happy that we still have these conventional TV stations that give us news and news, sports, and the different programming. At least they have they follow the do's and don'ts. They know what to do.
Of what
they have
journalism truly is about.
They have people who are trained. You know, their house styles that they follow. other than these people who just come in because maybe they have certain numbers, yeah, you TV owners, maybe because someone has numbers, they're being followed because of maybe what they do outside there, then you bring them on TV without them taking them through
we know
the
a
procedures
young girl,
of TV.
and I'm not going to say her name, but
Yes.
you know her, a very young girl who became famous for showing her body and things like that, and she has been in scandals, and recently I saw that she was on a TV station. So it's quite sad because we are going away from what journalism used to look like. But I ask Andrew, do you think it's we as journalists who are not jumping onto the times? We are still lagging behind, because even with the TV station, I can tell you every single, even this morning, you're telling me a new TV station that I did not know about. So don't you think we are the ones who are lagging onto the past as opposed to jumping onto what the times are?
When change comes,
Yes.
and you don't embrace it, it changes you.
Right.
I want to think that you having someone who has numbers and bring them on this mainstream media, I feel it is prudent that you take them onto a short course for them to know how to carry yourself on TV. I remember I worked for a certain TV station that I may not mention here, and one of our bosses told us that you cannot be working for such a station and you're staying in areas, swampy areas, you know, those,
Yeah.
you need to upgrade and stay in a better place, because how people look at a journalist, they see you as someone who is very much informed.
Yeah.
You know everything, you know this, you know
Well
that.
achieved as well.
Yeah. Yes, you might be having your own skeleton somewhere, but people see you as a journalist as someone who knows everything, as someone who has ideas, you have answers to everything, you know. But then if you just put someone on air because they have numbers, because they have a nice body, when the head is, they don't have that knowledge of TV and the information. TV is research. These people do not research. They go on hearsay, you know. It's just
I
like
love to call it border conversation.
border conversations.
Yeah.
You know, if you ask a border man how is TV, what is the future of TV today, or who do you want to see present on TV or host news on TV, of course they will tell you, they will mention someone they see on TikTok or these other social medias, because they are the people they, you know,
they are constantly seeing. They are the ones that are visible. Yeah.
You know, and I want to think, is it we who are knowledgeable that are not doing what we're supposed to do, or we who start up these TV stations that we don't know? You know, you can build your own brand. A TV station can build its own brand. You know.
Building a brand is really a huge conversation, and it is coming in timely for me and my co-host Dickens, because we're having a meeting just yesterday and we were talking about it, and it left me thinking on that front of brands. But again, when we go back to the traditional media, and I'm talking about radio stations, I'm talking about newspapers and TV stations, and like, do we even still have the same influence that we used to? Because I remember the stories that were told to us, how people could wait to listen to the radio to know that someone in Masaka passed on. They had to wait for the Birango then. And then, so do you really think we still have the influence like we used to then?
Social media has really come in full force with so much of distorted information. I must say that conventional TV or mainstream media, we still have what should I call it?
Prestige.
The authenticity. We still have the authenticity, because there is a lot of rumor mongering on social media.
Yes.
And you know, something happens now, and it has spread everywhere. Everyone knows. People in Kazakhstan, people in the US, people in the villages, everywhere, they know it.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, how do you confirm that what has been making rounds on social media, that it's true or authentic? You wait for to see it on TV.
Yeah.
What are Musomi wa mawulire, what are they talking about it? What are they going to say about it on TV? Because a journalist is going to go back on the ground and do their research. They ask police, they engage police, the security operatives, they engage the LC chairman, they engage the people who are there, they engage different stakeholders, and they bring you
all the full force information.
Something that is well baked.
Okay.
Other than the social media, someone tells you maybe an accident happened, abantu bafudde, abantu nkaaga mu bataano. Okitegedde. But owamawulire wagendawo, ekituufu bamujja mugamba, abafudde babadde 35, and maybe 7 or whatever, they are injured. You know, they give you that, you know.
What are they called? The 5 W's and the H, something like that. Yeah.
Now, the social media does not follow the 5 W's and H because they are citizen journalists who just
they give it to you how it is.
Do you know there are things that are not supposed to come on social media, and there are issues or matters of they cause national security. But because of social media, abantu buli omu has their
and they want followers.
They want followers. They want likes. They want what.
Yeah.
Never take account. Is that breaking the story? So I want to think that we still have authenticity and we still have the grip as mainstream TV, as opposed to social media. Yes, they have the numbers.
Yeah.
That's maybe the advantage, but those are the numbers. And that's why you see that TV today is also tapping into social media to drive those numbers to
back to TV.
Back to TV. Yes.
I like how you have put it that way. Now, before even we get, I want to talk a little bit about AI. But before we get into that front, I wanted us again to dive into things like, no, let me not mention that social media platform. But when you look at the pay of journalists, Andrew, this has been a thing, right, even when I was in school, especially the news, not the anchors, the ones that go to the reporters. It has been, that has never changed. So, don't you feel like, if you could advise the person going to seek journalism right now, in regards to pay, what would you talk about? Because that one has been a challenge since time immemorial, and now, with the competition we have with social media, do you think this helps at all?
I don't want to think it has been a challenge from time immemorial. The problem today is that we have so many people who have money, who think they have made some money.
Okay.
And they see that owning a TV station is prestigious. Nze nanyini Doxati. Nze nanyini this TV, so you know. They enter into the scope for prestige, nti nanyini TV, you know, but not knowing the nitty-gritties on how TV operates.
Yeah.
You know,
the costs that go into
because you have your 500 million, you know, I should open up a TV. There are nitty-gritties that run a TV station.
Yeah.
You see, there are taxes you pay, the what? The signal carriers, transport, human resource, and all that. So once someone enters the business, you know, then now reality sets in. You cannot afford to pay someone sentence off, and also someone sentence no, you can never get the good out of them because you're paying them small money. That means you don't even have money to cater for their transport, to go and bring you a well-researched story.
But where does the money come from when it comes to media? Where does financing come from?
When you do, for example, if you have a news department, whenever you do those nice research stories, feature stories, or you shot nice documentaries, you have this other programming, you have programs that really touch the hearts of people, you know. How do you call them? No. The advertisers. They come and use that space. You see? They use that space, you know, to advertise because the numbers are there. The people that are watching that particular program, you know. It is the content that you produce you know, that brings advertisers to come and they use your space to ballyhoo their products, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is ideally where the funding, because cost, and I say from time immemorial it has been a thing, because I used to watch news and this was a constant topic of discussion. The pay, especially for reporters, people who go out there into the field. But we take a very short breather. When we return, we want us to look at the introduction of AI and what that means for media moving forward. So please do not go away. We'll be back shortly after this. welcome back from the break. We are still having the conversation on media and its future here in Uganda. We have Mr. Mulwanyi Andrew here in the building. My name is Berenji Stella. And as a journalist, there are things that I have seen over the years come and go, differences, the changes that we talked about, that if you do not just jump onto it, it will be the change that actually gets to you. So the current change is AI. And in every other field of influence, we have seen the AI pop up. So even as we wrap up our discussion today, we want to get into that. What do you think about the introduction of AI, especially in regards to journalism and media as a whole?
Now, AI today, I think it is simplifying so many things.
Yes.
However much it is killing a lot of creativity. But you might find that so many people are going to lose jobs, you know. Do you know where we are sitting today? We may not be having a camera person where we are in the studio. But there's an AI you can incorporate in your system that controls the gadgets here. It gives you the tickers, you know, yes, the lower thirds. It knows when to pump the lower thirds, the the logos, when you're going to brake, the bumpers, decrease the squeeze backs and all that. All that is AI. They can do that. So what does that mean? That a camera person agenda kuluzinga omulimu. Editing, and you just feed it with what you want it to do for you. That means you may be having only one person, instead of having quite a number of people that have jobs and all that, But it is something that gives you results in real time, over,
Yes.
in real time, and but all in all, it kills the creativity. Because as a producer, I know I must sit down and think of how to do ABCD, how best can I twitch this or twitch that. But because of AI, you just pump in, something, and then they give you results.
Yeah.
I feel, and it is something good, but at the end of the day, it is killing our creativity. And because Africans don't like reading, we don't like doing research, we don't like doing what, kati tugenda kuddira ddala behind because of AI.
That's what you feel?
Yes, because Africans, that's why they say when you want to hide information from a black man,
apparently
just put it in writing.
Right.
You see? Now, we don't want to read, we don't want to research. Now, AI has been introduced, kati tugenda kuba tutya.
But Andrew, it's not even only on Africans. I have actually seen it even when it comes to the rest of the world. We live a lot with our phones, so our lives are at the palm of our hands. We can tell everything right from here. So I feel it affects all of us. But the human touch, the creativity that can only come from human experiences, that I think is another thing that the AI misses. Now, as we wrap up, we have talked about influencers or social media and its influence on media, and we've also talked about AI. If you could you're going to give to people an advice or your own insight and take on the current trends right now. First, I want you to talk to a journalism student, someone who still wants to go for it. Knowing what you know now, if you could give them any advice whatsoever, what is the advice you're giving to the student? Thank
you very much for that. It's a very, very good question. One, I want to advise parents, or I want to talk to parents out there. Journalism is one thing that one does wholeheartedly. Journalism is, I want to say, it is a calling. Yeah. It's like music, Do you know, a parent out there, when you have a child who wants to take on journalism, we have photographers, we have videographers, cinematographers, video editors, graphics animators, There is no single day you can go without business. Do you know there is a boy out there who has a small camera, but they get birthdays and, they take pictures, and they
Yes.
earn something. But this is someone who has been studying photography in a school.
Yes.
You know, someone goes and films a birthday party or a graduation or a kwanjula or name it, and they get some small money.
And lately we have very many functions coming up.
There are very many functions in a year, you know. Media is something, or journalism, or media as a scope, you know. It is something where you invest your time and you reap something, at least on a daily. Do you know you can set up like a studio somewhere and these people come and take passports on a daily, you know? As you waited maybe for that big job to be where you are today, you're a presenter or you're a producer or something, at least you'll be earning something.
Okay.
And every day that goes by, you adding knowledge onto yourself. Me, I started as a videographer, just taking videos here and there. Today I graduated to being, I'm a producer today, you know. When you call me that you want a project, to work on a project, name it, maybe a documentary or it's a film or something, in those 5 minutes that we are talking, I've already envisaged on how the outcome is going to be. I'm already seeing the results, the production itself, and you know, I've already envisaged it.
Okay.
It's because of the ranks I've gone through. A parent out there, please still encourage your children to invest their time in studying journalism, because journalism, I don't think you can go wrong anywhere, you know. Obukolo bungi, at least omwana abatakoze ku TV, at least ajja kukola yakakolo, and with time, as time goes by, you know, they will graduate into something else. They will open up companies, basasule emisolo, you know, and before you know it, company jakuba ekoze ki ekoze. So don't think that
journalism is one thing about
is
being on TV.
on TV,
It
no,
is
no, no.
so many
Yes.
things.
You can
I
even-
learned DJing.
You see?
Yeah.
Do you know that in the past years, being a DJ, you were regarded as spoiled child?
Yeah.
Oyala kubeera nga bali, abeera mu bidongo. Today DJs are highly paid.
Yes.
Someone earns 2 million per month.
Yes.
Per month. And they're not, that is from one bar or club or something, you know.
Or
Omwezi
church.
nakunganya milioni zengezi. You see? So, me, I feel journalism is still something very big. Finally.
Now, the advice. Oh, you still have one for the students and parents.
Okay. Yes. Please, I encourage you to still do journalism. Invest your time there. Talk to people who have been, who are in journalism, who have been there. Talk to producers. Talk to presenters like her. Talk to editors. You know, invest your time in journalism. That's when, in media, that's when you reap something, because the more knowledge you have is the more money you will get, because of course, because of your knowledge, you know how to do different
It will
things.
open up different
Do you know there are
doors.
people who are contracted to write scripts for documentaries or films or something? Gwenga gwecho chokola writing a script. No one will ever see you on TV. No one will ever, you'll never be behind the camera. But when it comes to script writing,
Yeah.
mukubire Stella,
You can be there.
ajja kuba kolera script ennungi. Do you know there's someone who writes scripts for audio adverts and video adverts, you know?
Yes.
Oyagala script ennungi, kubira gondi. Do you know there are voice artists that we have in Uganda, and when you want an advert, kubira gondi, a voice singer bulungi. But you'll never see them on TV.
Yeah.
So do not sit there and think that being a journalist, you must be on TV. No. It's not a must that you must be on TV or you must be on radio. There are so many other things that are under journalism that you can do and make a living.
Yeah. Now, lastly,
Lastly,
for the TV owners.
yes. Now, for the TV owners out there, TV is not for broke people. Never start a TV nga tolina sente. TV is capital intensive. And when you open up a TV station, it means you're going to give us a 360 of media. You're going to give us news, you're going to give us the programming,
bit.
entertainment, what, bichi. All that calls for money. You must pay people. Now, what I told you was someone, because they have money, nagulawo TV, nga talina sente za kusasula ki?
for the continuous operations.
Kati chovola you end up paying people 300,000 mitwala meka. Me, my very first time to work on TV, the least pay nafuna it was 1.5. But I would make for a station, because I remember that particular year when I started, I was making around 4 billion as a single producer. 4 billion, you see? Companies are zingazireta, but you know, today TV katekozechi.
It has gone
because
down.
There are so many TV stations and there's so many social media namwe mutulidde kochi. Mutulya show
media space as
yes.
well, yeah.
But please, starting up a media station, have a budget. You can't have milioni bisatu, milioni bitano, ntina ogulawo TV station. No. And I feel UCC should somehow help us, at least omuntu abaweeko projection oba ngalotale wekola omuntu agenda okukola bino bya betting biki oteka is it 1 billion nebeerayo in case you have no money to pay people or something.
Yeah, they can tap into that.
Budget centers. So with the TV station, because TV is content, and when you don't have content, togenda kukola chi?
To progress.
Yes, kati we want to gena kubalagachi. So TV is content, and content is money. You must pay production companies, so you must invest in your own production department to get that content, produce the content that you're going to give people. Because at the end of the day, you want advertisers to come and you know, advertise on your station.
I completely agree. Thank you so much for reminding me that journalism and media as a whole, it's such a wide scope. I've done voiceover artistry. I have done it, you know, radio, I have done. So sometimes you get into the thick of it and you forget what the purpose, what the dream is. So thank you for being able to remind us. And
You're
for
welcome.
a student out there, we still urge you that, you know what, there are so many facets to this whole thing. So please do not shy away to get into that space. You can follow Andrew or your services. Where do people find you?
Social actually, I work with a company called Ice Bear Media as the CEO, and as well as the executive producer in the same company. We're located at Chiwatule.
Social media?
Yeah, on social media, with Ice Bear Media.
Okay.
Yeah, that is on Facebook, on YouTube, Ice Bear Media, and also on TikTok, Ice Bear Media.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew Mulwanyi, for being here with us this fun Friday morning. Now we go for a short break. When we return, we'll have Dickens here. And later on, we have another guest for all the best music within the Christian field that you can think about. This is the gentleman. I respect him fully, and we cannot wait to have him on the show with us. For now, we'll go for a short break.